Hello, I'm Paul from David's Lyre, and we're in Brighton at the Great Escape.
And how are you? You played a gig last night, and you've got another one today.
No more gigs now.
Oh,
Just a couple of sessions and things.
How did you go last night? You look sleepy.
Yeah, it was really good. We went, managed to. I didn't actually manage to see any other bands, which I'm a bit annoyed about. We tried in vain, but there were a lot of queues for the ones we wanted to see. And my manager has a delegates pass, so he could get fast track things.
You waiting.
And even though we were playing, we still had to wait. So that was annoying.
Where did you play? What venue was it?
Prince Albert.
Good.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. It was,
I think is that where did Rachel Samani play before you? You know, I think she might have done.
I'm not sure. There was a band called Let's Buy Happiness who were just
Yeah.
before, and they were really good. From Newcastle, nice guys. And no, it's cool. It's a good vibe. There's lots of people. It's quite a small venue, so it's quite cosy. Got really hot, as it would do, even though the windows were wide open.
All the best gigs ever.
Yeah, very sweaty back then.
So how many of you are in the band?
Um,
So we were really confused. Like, we're going to meet David. No, from just because not David. It's like
yeah. It's quite confusing, but it's intentionally so, I guess. It's not really a band, but it's not really it's not really me either. It's more of a project, a bit like, I don't know, Gorillaz to Dave and Orban is. So it's just me really. When I'm in the studio, it's just me.
Okay.
But when we play live, there's 5 of us, and we treat it like a band when it's live. So.
Have you got multiple projects? Is this just one? Or?
At the moment, this is the main thing, but I definitely, in the future, would envisage branching out a bit. And
Is that because like lots of different types of music, like lots of
Yeah,
interests and things?
totally.
Throw into one.
yeah, and like I don't think there's so much more to life than being at the face of the music or something. Like there's so many other roles you can take. I think I don't want to be hemmed in by being a solo artist, or do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
just get pigeonholed very quickly, and then if you try and branch out, people start questioning you. So
Yeah.
I'd rather just keep my options open and see what I can do. But yeah, like I love all types of music. I was in orchestras when I grew up and things like that. So classical appeals to me a lot as well.
Talking about kind of like projects and things, like we couldn't really find much about you on the internet or anything.
Yeah.
Is that quite intentional, just so it's not, you can't kind of be
Totally.
labelled?
That's another reason for the kind of project name and things
Yeah.
like that. Not going under my own name, or I don't really enjoy the celebrity culture that we seem to promote in our country or in the world actually. So
Do you think it's going to be harder for you to get somewhere considering so many bands? So like, it's just like MySpace, Facebook. Like, I don't know how you get whether you get a record deal is based on how many friends you've got on Facebook kind of thing.
yeah, I think I've been lucky because I think you need a little bit stroke of luck really in this industry, and the music got to the right people really.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't know how, but it did, and I didn't have to do the relentless promotion type thing, which I think can be detrimental
It's draining.
to bands. Obviously, I do have to do promotion, so this is
Yeah,
promotion.
it's given to you, yeah.
But what I'm talking about is like, forcing your friends to force their friends to listen to
Yeah.
your MySpace. Like that type of thing is worse. You end up in a worse position in my mind. I don't know. But then there's 100 ways you can make it in the music industry. So I think I've just been quite lucky. It's nice.
How long have you been doing the project? How long did it last?
About a year and a half, a year-ish. Yeah, I started it when I was at university, but I'm no longer at university, so it must be going quite well. I don't know. You'd hope. Hope so. I think it is. It's going pretty well.
Where are you at uni?
Manchester.
Nice. Does that kind of influence your music very much or anything? 'Cause Manchester's quite cool. Music.
Not in terms of... It didn't influence it in terms of other Mancunian bands at all, but in terms of me getting away from home and growing up
And sort of creative environment, I suppose.
Yeah, totally. Like, I think if you remove yourself from different situations, you can release different elements of your character that you wouldn't have been able to, because I think it's the same with pigeonholing, genreifying, whatever. Like, you know, you get hemmed in wherever you are, and I quite like to just move on. And
Ealing's not really known for its hub of musical kind of creativity either, is it?
no, although you said there are quite a few famous bands from Ealing.
Is it White Lies?
White Lies, yeah, and the Magic Numbers.
Oh, are they? Aren't they from like Sweden or something?
Are they?
No, I think they're... yeah, I think it's West London.
Oh, wow.
They just got beards, that's why you think they're Swedish.
And then there are all those bands that cropped up from southwest London,
Yeah.
like Mumford and Sons, and then there was the whole Way Out West movement and all age concerts thing that was in West London with like Jamie T and Jack Peñate and early Laura Marling and all that stuff. But that was all died now, hasn't it? I mean, nothing happens in Ealing now. It's crap.
What are your plans the rest of the day? Who are you going to see? Who do you recommend?
I don't think I'm going to be able to catch anyone because I've got quite a busy schedule, unfortunately. Who would I recommend? I'd have loved to have seen Anna Calvi last night, but I was playing at the same time, which sucked.
She played Bush Hall recently, actually. Like
Sorry?
last week. She played Bush Hall.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was really
should have gone to that. I think I was working.
Yeah, she was 7.
Who's playing today? I really wanted to see Sufjan Stevens, but I'm not going to be here. Basically, I try not to look at the schedule too much because I'll get really upset.
Yeah.
I can't see any.
Follow and involve. Yeah. I think that's one of the great things about Great Escape. You just kind of discover stuff.
Yeah,
don't you?
totally. Yeah. Anyway, I might hopefully pop in somewhere, but I don't know. Maybe.
Well, if you see anyone good, let us know.
Yeah, I will do.
And you're back into the studio soon for your album?
Yeah, they let me out. They let me out for about 24 hours in total, and I'll be ushered back in very swiftly.
How's it going?
Really well. Yeah, it's pretty close to being done.
And when are you thinking it's going to be out?
I don't know. Probably late this year, early next year. But I've been in the studio for about 2 or 3 months, really, on and off.
Yeah. Do you do much writing like in the studio or before? Or?
I did a bit. It's a bit of both with this album. I'm co-producing it, so I'm quite heavily involved. So it's quite labour-intensive process. But it's really good. It's really rewarding, and it's sounding pretty good. I hope. I think it sounds good. So.
We'll review it when it's all happening.
Wicked.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks very much for your time, Paul.
Thanks.
It's been a pleasure to interview you, and I hope your writing and producing and recording goes well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.